Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Mohtar and Max Gladstone. It is November, it is sci-fi month, and I'm so excited to kick off our month-long celebration of science fiction with This Is How You Lose the Time War. This time-traveling novella is probably the most requested title that we've had to cover here on Bar Cart Bookshelf. I've had people asking me to reread it basically since the beginning, and I'm so excited to finally get to talk about it and to share a drink with all of you as well, as a wonderful way to kick off our month-long celebration of science fiction. And tune back in later this month for some other fantastic science fiction titles, some novels from recent years past, and some from here in 2023. This Is How You Lose the Time War is a novella. It's a nice short read written primarily in the form of letters between two competing agents of different far future histories, red and blue, who each are traveling through time, Upthread and down, to generate their own futures. They're sort of mutually exclusive futures, and so by traveling across the various time streams, they're each trying to set in motion events that will lead to the inevitability of their own future. And through their actions against and with each other, they start to find a commonality between their own selves, in addition to and sort of beyond the relationship that they have with their respective commanders and authorities in their respective futures. It is a novel, or a novella, excuse me, of really lush prose and a sensational love of language. It is one that is, among novellas, a very fast read, one that draws you in and pulls you forward as you see the ways in which red and blue grow closer, the ways in which they are changed by their actions against each other. This sort of Cold War spy versus spy. We cannot react against each other unless we act upon each other. It's really a remarkable work of fiction, and one that has been rightly lauded and celebrated by readers, reviewers, and awards committees alike. One that I highly recommend, that I have loved since I first read it back in 2019, when I had the good fortune to help celebrate the book's launch at ReaderCon in Quincy, Massachusetts. Made raspberry bars in a blue dish, and here 4 years on Bar Cart Bookshelf. And so without any further ado, why don't we turn to our drink and get started. This is the Meet Me Upthread. It's we'll wait on the ice. It's a stirred highball inspired by This Is How You Lose the Time War. So we're going to start with our base spirit. Our base spirit today is vodka, chosen because it's neutral. It's full of possibility. It can be the garden future of blue or red's future agency. It is a blank palette upon which our other flavors can then act. So we'll get 1 ounce of vodka into our mixing glass. Next, we will get equal portions red and blue. We're going to have Campari as our red ingredient. Campari, this bittersweet Italian liqueur, which was originally colored until the year 2006 with cochineal. Carmine dye, which is derived from the cochineal beetle, a appellation or term of address used by blue to red in the novella. And it's going to bring that really dark, sort of bittersweet balance of herbs. It's got that touch of blue with this garden future and that touch of red there in the color. We'll get a ½ ounce of that Campari, and then ½ ounce of blueberry grenadine. We've been really fond of it lately. Yes, it's blue. Yes, it's purple. It's a little bit of both, and that really works well for our combination of red and blue here. Blueberries are also one of Red's favorite foods. So again, we get to see the ways in which we cannot react to each other without acting upon each other. Finally, in our mixing glass, we're going to get 2 dashes of, or 4. Easy to add more, hard to add less, and I love these Peychaud bitters. We're going to get a couple of dashes of the Peychaud bitters. Those are primarily known for the sort of anise and fennel, sort of licorice flavor that they have in that redness, but also for this bit of rose hips, that brightness, that zing of rose hips. And that's going to bring a really nice balancing aspect to our cocktail. Now we'll get our ice down in there. Always add your ice last because that's what's going to cook your drink. So you want to make sure that if you get distracted by enemy action in your time strand, that you're able to come back and revisit your cocktail and discover that it has not gone totally diluted. We'll give that a stir for about 20 seconds, or until the ice is roughly equilibrium with the liquid. Give that a nice stir. Oh, that smells really good. Handy dandy julep strainer, and we will get our highball glass, get some ice cubes down in there. Lovely. And strain. Beautiful. But as you can see, we still have space in our highball glass here. We're going to top that off with some tonic water. So it's going to be a nice, again, bittersweet accent note to our cocktail. It's going to add some bubbles, but also the brightness, the fizz, and further accenting the bittersweet quality brought on by our Campari and our Peychaud bitters. Give that a stir to combine. Beautiful. And there you have it. This is the Meet Me Upthread. It is a highball inspired by This Is How You Lose the Time War. This Is How You Lose the Time War is available now. I've got a link to snag the book down in the description below. It really is a must-read, modern sci-fi classic. Highly, highly recommend. Read it if you haven't already. Reread it if you have. It is really rewarding on a reread. And I had a great time with it. Try the drink. Let me know what you think. Check out our various forms of social media in the descriptions down below. If you would like to make a mocktail version of this drink, I have a way to do that. 1, remove the vodka. Do 1 ounce of water instead. That's just fine. And then in place of the Campari, Gaffard makes a really wonderful aperitif syrup, which is essentially a non-alcoholic Campari and can be used as a replacement for Campari in all cocktails and mocktails. And I have a link to snag that syrup in the description below. Try it out. It is really easy to do this as a mocktail. I think you're really going to like it either way. So, try the drink. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. It makes me so happy. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss a single episode of our Sci-Fi Month coverage. I'm really excited about the rest of the books that we get to talk about. And until next time, cheers.